Ah, bollocks, there was no music for some reason. I have no idea why. It's just shockingly shit. It's probably because I'm not going on to Discord. Hey Leppy, hey Mike, hey Cool Dude Tanker. So I don't know why there's no music, it's really fucking annoying, you know what I mean? But these things happen, I guess. There's gotta be a way to get music. There's got to be a way to get music. I don't know what it is. I have no idea, it's bullshit, man. Oh, what's up? I'm just bored. There's only so much you can watch, yeah? And, you know, I've been watching a lot of TV and it bores me, man. To be honest with you. Maybe that works. Let me try that. Let me just see if this... Oh, shit, I may have fucked the screen up. No! Maybe that works. Let me see. Microphone's on, yeah. Audio input. What's this? Let's see if this works. No. Does it bugger? That's crap. I can't get music going. It's just bullshit, you know? I don't understand it myself. Bollocks, eh? So, hey, Lump, how are you doing? Oh dear. Amazing, eh? No, I'm just bored. I can't be bothered to play the game. I should be bothered to play the game, but I just can't be asked to play the game. So, you know, it was either that or play or watch TV or because the wife's gone to bed, you know. I mean, people have gone to bed. So it's either that or watch TV, which, you know, there's only so much TV you can watch before you get bored shitless. Or make a model, and I'm not in the mood to make a model, to be honest with you. You've got to be in the mood to do creative shit. I could have made a video, I guess, but I've already done a video today, so I can't be asked to do another one. So, you know, I don't know. So I decided, bugger it. Go on YouTube, see what's around. If anything... Stitch, how you doing? History buffs are never bored, otherwise they become archaeologists. Yeah, that's a point. Fuck me, look at this. It's going grey, man, around the beard. That's just bad, I tell you. I mean, I could get some boot polish and put it on, I guess, or some bullshit like that. I don't know. But, yeah, I'm just, yeah, I will check the PMs. I've not been... I've actually got something like 4,000 messages on Discord, and you know, I'm trying to get through them all. It just takes time, man. It's not because Blitz is boring. I mean, I don't find it boring. It's just I just don't feel like in the mood. Hey Luke, how you doing? I'm just not in the mood to play it today, to be honest with you. I did a live stream earlier. Yeah, I did, boot polish. Yeah, exactly. Not Alan Sugar just yet, but yeah. I mean, it's not. It's the game's not. I'm just in a in an unmotivated mood, if you know what that means. I mean, I can't be asked to do bugger all. Aside from the fact it's like 1:38 in the morning for me, it's pretty fucking late. But yeah, it's a bit dull. It is a bit dull at the best of times. I mean, I could go onto Discord so people could chat, but if I did that. Then I have headphones on, and that just looks pants, doesn't it? Really, it just looks stupid. To be fair. Oh, look at that! More people are leaving. Yeah, it happens. Yeah, so many people just come and go. Yeah, I got. What is it? I'll show you. I'll prove it. Can you see? Where's the camera? So there's my iPhone. If you have a look, if it zooms into Discord, you will see I've got 4,427 messages that I need to answer to. I mean, yeah, I'm a slacker. Let's be honest. Oh, look, the camera's now gone out of sync. So yeah, I've got a lot of message. The highest pen in Prama round on any tank in Blitz? Oh god, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, the one tank that's premium ammunition dishes out more damage than its standard ammunition is the SU-100. Why? I mean, I know that. I don't know the IS penning premium ammunition in Blitz, to be honest with you. Probably something like the Jaegeru or the Grill, to be honest with you. I have more messages called Dude Tanker than almost 10 subscribers. So, you know, that says a lot, doesn't it, about me? But fuck it, it happens, man. So, boof. What's going on now? Yeah, so it's all the way. It's just the way it is. But yeah, it's just Saturday. Eh? And Saturday's a really, really weird day here in the UAE. I mean, because I live in the UAE. Yeah, it's my KV1 mug. Like that. Look, I'll show you. It's pretty funky. Look, it's my KV1. Yeah, KV1 mug. That's my Christmas present from my wife. A KV1 mug. Yeah, I get a lot of shit like that. I like it. It's cool, man. It's cool. You know, it's replaced my some of the mugs from my other. I've got lots of mugs. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, COVID is just. Any thoughts on Arsenal? Oh, for fuck's sake! Oh, we need to pick up the pace. I tell you. Now, so that nab Meads is going to be going on about Spurs, and that just can't happen, man. So, my thoughts on Arsenal. They really do need to sort of pull their socks up. They can do it, but they're just playing like prats at the moment. I mean, coming and going. Yeah, tournaments. I mean, I'm looking forward to spring season. I won't be playing in any of it, but hopefully I'll be involved with Vale and their team from streaming them or you know, looking at their training or whatever. So that'll be nice. That'll be nice. Because it'll be good. It will be good. I'm going to put some music on. Not that you're going to hear it, because you won't. But I will. That just means how many trophies Spurs have. Oh, there is that. Yeah, there is that. There's a, you know. But yeah, I mean, you know, Spurs is a big fan of Spurs. So, well, I don't know if he's a big fan or just a fan. What is it? Is it a fan or a big fan? I don't know. But yeah, I mean, Arsenal's gone downhill a little bit, which is annoying. But you can hear it. Yeah, it is Conan. Yeah, I love Conan, by the way. I think the soundtrack for it. I'm going to get demonetized anyway, so fuck it. You know, I mean, none of my live streams are monetized. They always get pulled out for the music that I play, but I don't give a toss about that. Why should I? You know, I mean, I won't give revenue to anybody else, so I don't mind it being demonetized, to be perfectly honest. It doesn't bother me, as long as I get some decent music being played. That's the main thing. Yeah. So, but fuck me, 13 people. Wow, I'm surprised. 130. Well, it's 130, 143 for me, but it's not 143 for you. For you lot, wherever you are, you're scattered all over the place, Europe and etc. etc. But yeah, I mean, I've watched a tuna poking fun at the Spuds. Really, Fuji. Well, yeah, Dave DeRay, you have to, don't you? Really, you have to, really. I mean, you know, there's a. I remember going to a few games, Arsenal Spurs, and they're always interesting. Always interesting. But it's just an old rivalry, Dave DeRay, isn't it? That's all it is. And it's always good fun. I mean, you know, when they're only, you know, spitting distance away from each other in North London, it's always going to be interesting. I mean, it could be worse. It could be Chelsea, eh? Well, that's the thing, Leppy. I mean, you know, nothing wrong with elevating the game and enjoying it. What's the matter? What's the problem with that, you know? Yeah, I don't know how he gets away with it, to be honest with you, Mike. I don't know how he gets away with that, to be fair, unless he's copyright. It's not a copyright strike. You're not striked. What you do, you have a demonetization claim against you, unless you change the music. So I don't know how he gets around it. Maybe he uses fair use because he's set in America. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Funny you should say that, Ephelum. I've just sent a few messages to the guys at Wargaming about next season, and I'm yet to hear. Maybe because it's the weekend and in Belarus they put their feet up at the weekend. But yeah, I've just been pressing them on information for next season, and they haven't got back to me yet. I'm going to ask them again on Monday to find out, because I'd like to know. I'd like to know what the format's going to be when it starts. Is it going to be a lengthy centaur? You know, another month of a centaurs followed by. Is there going to be a challengers? Is you know, what are they looking at? So yeah, you're going to be getting the mod 1941 in the next update. If you've got the whatever it is, the battle pass, then yeah, the mod, the T28 mod 41 will land on your account. So don't worry about that. That'll happen. I mean, the battle pass is not too bad. I mean, you're going to get a bloody Type 58 with a bull ring through its nose, which is different. Let's be fair. It's not exactly the sexiest looking tank, is it? To be honest. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm interested in how they're going to work icebreaker. You see, I'm not a fan of the icebreaker. But the reason I'm not a fan of it is because I'm a fan of the Tigers, and I'm a fan of the Tiger P and the Tiger 1, and I just think the icebreaker is just a little bit, you know, pants, to be fair. I mean, the armor's shocking, absolutely shocking. Where I mean, the gun's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's not a great tank. It's not fantastic, but it's okay, and it's free. I mean, that's the main thing. I mean, it's free. That's all that matters. Nothing else. I don't care about anything else. If it's free, it's free. That's all you need to know. But yeah, I mean, the Type 58. I mean, I like the Type 58 actually. It's a nice tank. So I'm going to be interested to see what they do with this bull or whatever it's called. So it's going to be an interesting one. No, the Kuru's a better tank, to be fair. I mean, the icebreaker's okay. Hey, Bill. Absolutely, Bill. It's just, you know, I don't know. Yeah, just in it for fun, mate. There's no point ranting and raving all the time. I mean, you know, everybody likes a good rant every now and then, but I mean, crikey, I rant enough at home. I don't rant enough in real life. You know, I play Blitz as a game. In a game, it's escapism. Yeah, you play the games to escape from reality, not jump back into it. My camel got the hump. Something like that. Yeah. I mean, there aren't a lot of camels here, to be fair. It's just around the corner. There's a guy who owns like a camel farm. There's bloody hundreds of them, and they actually put them in beauty contests. Can you believe that? I mean, it's mad. Yeah, there is that, Bill. They're playing with a toy that doesn't break and you can't blow stuff up. I mean, it's brilliant. I mean, I'm a big kid at heart, to be fair. I mean, like I said, I'm 48 and I'm a child, let's be honest. Even though I'm married with a kid. Cougar! No, it's not a new format. I'm just bored. I can't be bothered to play. And everybody's gone to bed and the bugger all on TV. And I've watched The Mandalorian season 1 and 2 so many times I can't watch it again. And you know, what else is there to do? I mean, I could troll through the YouTube videos, but that gets boring after a while as well. Especially at the moment. I mean, YouTube. I mean, I click on my homepage on YouTube, and it's just filled with what's going on politically. And I'm not into politics. Politics bores me, to be fair. Well, it does in like this. I mean, okay, I talk politics with the wife and stuff, but it bores me, politics. Hey, how can I? Ireland. Oh, I love Ireland. Where are you in Ireland, though, Leppy? I mean, I've been to Cork and you know, places like that. I mean, I love Southern Ireland. I think it's fantastic. It's absolutely beautiful. I know. Can you believe that? 48 Dave DeRay. Such an old fart. Really. I'm surprised I've got any reaction left. Yeah. So no, I do like Ireland. It's a chilled place, quite relaxed. Very green, Emerald Isle. Very chilled out there. Well, my favourite Formula 1 player, who's no longer a Formula 1 driver, was from Ireland. So, and I loved him. We do need tours, Cougar. And I wish Wargaming would hurry up and sort them out. The Cork does rock, Dave DeRay. But yeah, like I said, my favourite Formula 1 driver of all time, realistically, is from Ireland. Because that guy was just a crazy, he was a crackpot. He was brilliant. He was mad. He was madder than a sack of cats, wasn't he? Really? Absolutely, Bill. 48 is right. The thing is, Bill. I mean, you're in Edmonton, and a lot of the people who play the game are young whippersnappers. And ironically, the reason I know Edmonton relatively well is because Eddie Irvine, of course, Dave DeRay, was back in the day when I was in the British Army. They sent me to Suffield, which is not that far from Medicine Hat. And I mean, I loved it. I loved Canada. And I spent a long time in Canada. I was only meant to be there for like 4 weeks doing this stupid training exercise. But I stayed on and went all over Alberta, basically. And that was in 1990. That was April 1990. Have I ever been to Tankfest? I've been to a Tankfest, yes, but when I was in the army, because I was based for a short time in Bovington, funnily enough. So, Jewel of the Fates has come on. I'm definitely demonetized, and Disney are going to come out and shoot me, especially if they can hear this on the stream. So yeah, I've been to a Tankfest, but not since I've been doing this. Not since I've left the British Army, to be honest with you. It's been a long time ago. I mean, I left the army in, 93? So I haven't been to a Tankfest since then. But like I said, I was based in Bovington for a short time. And, I was meant to be doing staff training at the main base, but I ended up spending a lot more time in the tank museum itself. Sniper's dream. Yeah, I was in the army. Yeah, I mean, it was great. I mean, there was I spent some time in Suffield. They're called Batu, by the way, the exercises in Canada. And Batu and Batu stands for British Army Training Unit Suffield. Batus, that's what it means. And it's sort of in between. You go to Calgary first, and you drive down from in Batu. Suffield is the area. It is basically in the middle of the prairie, in the middle of nowhere, and it's just it's a Canadian Army base and a British Army base, and the British sort of rent it. The nearest big town is Medicine Hat, and it's fantastic. I mean, the place is so barren that even the maps tell you where the trees are. It's fantastic. I had a really good time there. I'll never forget it. After the training, I went up to a place. Wainwright. I've been to Wainwright. I had a few friends in Wainwright. Yeah, had training. I did some parachute jumping in Wainwright. Well, just outside of Wainwright with the guys from Wainwright. It's it's interesting place, Wainwright. But I went quite a lot of places around Alberta, and I went to. They kept me on to do some training on adventure training with the soldiers, and we went up to a place called Nordegg, which is in the middle of the Rocky Mountains. Fantastic place. I mean, the Rocky Mountains are lovely, and Nordegg is about an hour's drive out of a place called Rocky Mountain House. Can you believe that? There's a place called Rocky Mountain House. It's fantastic. Just outside of Nordegg. It's like a diner, like in the movies you see these American diners. Well, it's not America, obviously, it's Canada. It's like a diner. And I remember going in to get coffee one morning, and in the entrance there's a wanted poster. So when you see the old westerns with these wanted posters in the movies, there's an actual wanted poster there, and it says wanted, dead or alive, $10,000 reward, or I think it was 10,000. I can't remember. I got the photo somewhere. For evidence that leads to the arrest of the Sasquatch, which for people know is the Bigfoot. That's just brilliant. Only in Canada, only in Alberta, only in the Rocky Mountains would there be a wanted poster for Bigfoot. It's just fantastic. Cracked me up when I saw that. Absolutely great. And so it played up there for a bit. Then I had to do some parachute training, or take the troops parachuting, and the nearest airport. That's fantastic, Bill. So the nearest airport to where we were in Rocky Mountain House, or Nordegg, is a place called Bicyca. It's a really small town. Okay, Bicyca, it's fantastic. It's got an airfield, and so we went down to this place, Bicyca, and it's just hilarious. We were there for like 5 days doing. Jumping out of airplanes for shits and giggles, and on the last day, they had the official opening of the airport. Okay, now you have to appreciate that. You've got to appreciate that this is 1990, spring 1990, and they're having the official opening of Bicyca Airport, which has been open since 1926. Just love it. Just absolutely love it. It was brilliant, and it was just great stuff. Loved every minute of it. And a couple of other things before you get to Bicyca, and you can check all this out on a map of Canada, by the way, near Calgary. Just before you get to the town Bicyca, there's a town called Acme. Okay, ACME. So the cartoon of Wile E. Coyote, Mimi. And the coyote has always got missiles and things from Acme. Well, there is a town called Acme. Absolutely meaty. Jumping out of a plane is absolutely hilariously good fun. I mean, I loved every minute of it. I mean, the first time you do it, it's interesting because you don't know what to expect. Okay, and I don't know about you, Meaty, but I had no feelings of falling or anything. Just a lot of wind coming past. But the second time, you know exactly what to expect, and it's a lot scarier. And then the third time, you realise that there's nothing to be scared about, and it's just good fun. And then you just go onwards and onwards. But yeah, jumping out of planes is great. Yeah, exactly, Mimi. I love that. But and then there's another area of Calgary, and Bill can support me on this. There's an area of Calgary called Shaganappy, and when I saw this sign saying "Welcome to Shaganappy," I was in hysterics, absolute hysterics. And the Canadian soldier who was with me said, "Why are you laughing? I mean, this is big native chief, and it's really good. Why are you laughing? What's the problem?" And I said, "There is no problem. I'm laughing because in English that sign roughly translates to fuck a diaper." And then he found it funny. Going higher is more fun, Meadsy. I agree. Going a lot higher is a lot more fun. It's fantastic. If no one's ever done a parachute jump, really, it's an unbelievable feeling. It's great. I remember my first jump. in the British Army, and they stick a radio here. Okay, so when you jump out of the plane, they can, because it's, you know, everything in the army is disciplined and training. So you have a radio here, so they can hear you saying arc 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, check canopy, and you know they tick it off the list saying, yeah, you did that well. My first jump was arc. Ah! Thank fuck for that, and I got told off, big time. I really got told off. There it is. It's Shaq and Nappy. It's brilliant. Can you believe that? I can't. Yeah. It's like when I was in Germany, when I was based in Germany, I was based in a town called Bergen-Belsen-Hohenlager, and when we used to drive back to the UK for leave and shit, the last petrol station that we could use our coupons, because we had coupons given to us by the army to buy petrol. So we used to stop at a town, and again, check this out, called Wankum. It's actually not. It's actually spelled Wankum, Wankum, and obviously in German it's pronounced Wankum. But yeah, I mean Wankum. What a name! I mean that's just fantastic. And then I'm from Worcester in the Midlands in the UK. We have a small village just outside called Piddle in the Hole. I mean, who the fuck thinks this shit up? Hey dwarf, how you doing? I mean, what fucking idiot thought that up? The reason it's called Piddle in the Hole is because there's a stream. They say a river, but it's a stream really. A stream runs through it, and it's called Wire Piddle, the stream. Okay, so in Piddle in the Hole is like in a dip, but so they tell me it was called Piddle in the Hole because it's a town in a dip with a stream called Wire Piddle going through it. But I like to think it was called that because some guy turned up one day and just had a piss in the hole. I think that's why it's called Piddle in the Hole. But hey, yeah, this you can't make this shit up sometimes. I mean, there's some great place names. I mean, there really are. But yeah, Wankum was the last petrol station that we could stop at to use our BP tokens back in the day. But, you know. So I remember we were on exercise once in North Germany. Okay, so we'd been doing sniper training and shit like that, which is all the camouflage stuff, and we'd gone out with the Queen's Hohenzollern, which is a tank regiment, to do training in North Germany, and these guys, everybody had spent hours and hours and hours literally getting the camo perfected. And we'd all thought that nobody could see us. You know, the tanks are hidden, the vehicles are hidden, but we're in our camo uniforms with fucking, and looking like a hedge gone wrong, with bits sticking out all over the place. And you're thinking, yeah, no one's going to see us. And then this bloody, it's like a hamburger van turns up. German guy opens the flat and just shouts into all of us, "Who wants bratwurst?" You could see us. We were shit, man. I mean, we were shit. Absolutely shit. Good. I'll show you, dwarf. Where I've got to on one. I'm just moving away slightly. So the one I've done recently, and I haven't gone back to it yet, is this one, which you can't see because the camera's shit. Come on, camera. There we go. No, camera. There we go. So that's the one I've just finished. Well, I haven't finished it at all, actually. It's nowhere near finished. It's partly done, and I can't get the camera to focus properly. But you get the general idea of how boring my life is. But, and now I'm doing I got bored, so now I'm doing a sort of Sheridan variant. Yeah, one of those tanks. I want to see those places now. Pratt's Bottom. I've been to Pratt's Bottom. I have. I do. Hey, damn it, man. Hey, Holly Boss. How are you doing? So yeah, dwarf. My mother lives, and my brother lives in New Zealand now, and they live in, what is it, Whangarui. I never get the pronunciation right. To be honest with you, it's in New Zealand, obviously. So yeah, it's a Panzer III. It's a Panzer III Aus M. That one. So yeah, I got bored, so I didn't bother finishing it. I haven't bothered finishing anything, to be fair. That's the problem. I mean, I do models and then lose interest. It's just one of those things. But yeah, I mean, so another thing we used to do in the army, and I don't know if you can still get them. We used to have a thing called mini flares. We used to play mini flare rugby, and so mini flare is like a pen. Okay, so it's about this big, and is the holder. And what it does, it comes in a pack about this big. You open the top, and the flares are about this big, and they're like metal. And you screw the pen into it, and it's like got a thing that you do this, like a lighter. And then you aim it, and you press it, and it goes boom. Okay, it's a flare. You know, it's a round ball of phosphorus, basically, that goes up in the air. So what we used to do, we used to go in the corridor, put our helmets on, and the idea was you fired the mini flare at the other guy, and he had to headbutt it back to you. You like head it back to you. So many eyebrows went. So many eyebrows disappeared. It was crazy, man. But yeah, it was good days, good fun. It was good fun. Yeah, I'll see you later, Leppy. Have a good one, mate. Yeah, it's just not tired. That's the problem. You know, it's my what time is it now? It's 2 a.m. for me. And the problem is my because I'm working very strange work patterns because of COVID. It's all over the place. You know, my internal clock has just disappeared, and it's annoying. You know, so tomorrow morning I'll, you know, at the moment I'm not getting to bed till about 4 a.m. Then I'll wake up at about 7 a.m. and then I'll nap in the afternoon, and it's annoying because I just can't stop napping in the afternoon. And then I'm you know, I'll nap from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon to say 6 o'clock, and then I can't get to sleep again till 4 a.m. It's very, 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 very. It's like, it's not insomnia, but it's like insomnia. It's bloody annoying, is what I know. So it bugs the hell out of me. And then, you know, you stick around watching shit on the TV till 4 in the morning, which is not good for you, really, especially with some of the shit on the TV. And there's only, like I said, there's only so many times I can watch The Mandalorian. And I've watched it a lot, so that is why I stream late. To be fair, Yusuf, it's because I'm just not tired, and it's horrible. And you know, phone rifle, yeah, but that bloody hurt. That's the thing. So that's why I sort of stream late, and you know, sometimes I actually don't smoke anywhere other than here in this office. That's it. I don't smoke anywhere else. I don't smoke in my car. Don't smoke outside. Don't smoke in any other public area. Just in this room for all strange and unknown reasons, and I don't know what it is. So yeah, I mean, it's the only thing I don't, and also I don't drink, by the way. I used to a long time ago, but I gave it up. I gave it up because I went to a party. So when I was training as a barrister, I was in London, and I had a hot date with this girl I've been chasing for ages. They're called Victoria, and she was going to my house that night. You know, I live with a load of other bloody lawyers. And she was going to my house that night to have dinner. But one of my friends convinced me to go to the opening of this bar because they were giving away free wine, okay? And you never turn up a freebie, okay? So we went there and I got absolutely wrecked, okay, on free wine. Now, they said you were limited to 3 glasses. We took that to believe 3 bottles each, okay? So I got absolutely wrecked. And this was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we got wrecked within 3 hours. So by 6, it was about 7. It started we got there for 3, it started at about 4, and I left at about 7. And it was dark, okay? So I jumped on the bus. And to get from where I was in London to where I lived, I had to get the 70A, which is the bus that goes to Clapham, because I was living in Clapham. And I went upstairs, got on the top deck, and I fell asleep. And I got rudely awakened. I got rudely awakened when the bus stopped at its final destination, which was like in the middle of bloody nowhere. So I got off the bus, as you do, in your drunken state. And I staggered down to the bus stop and got back on the bus. I just got off. And then I fell asleep again. And I ended up where I started. And that's like a 2-hour journey, you know, a 2-hour journey there and a 2-hour journey back almost. So that's 4 hours I've been on this bloody bus, which is annoying. So I thought bus was a bad idea. So I decided to get a taxi. So I got a taxi. And then I had an argument with the taxi driver because I said, take me home. And he said, where do you live? I said, just take me home. And he ended up dumping me somewhere on Lavender Hill, near to where I lived. So I staggered into the house, and they're all sat there, pissed off because I'm late. And they're having this dinner. And I can't remember what they were eating, but I walked in, and this girl, Victoria, she was there, and she was dressed absolutely stunningly. And I said, in my drunken state, Victoria, you're very beautiful. However, I really need to be sick. And I promptly threw up over the dinner table. And since that day, I've sort of given up drinking. That's the problem. Yeah, I hasten to add, I blew it with Victoria, but hey. And I gave up drinking on that day because I thought that, you know, that's just a bit too much, isn't it? You know, spending that long on a bus, anything could have happened. Oof, God, that is late. That is late, Meadsy. Waking up at 2:30, work at 4 a.m. Oof. Yeah, that's a nightmare. But yeah, I mean, 3 hours sleep. Yeah, it's basically what I'm living on as well. It's oof. But yeah, it is good news that you're getting back on track with your family, mate. I agree with that, with Dave DeRave. But yeah, so it's all interesting stuff. But those back in the day, so yeah, I'm boring nowadays. Can't do that sort of shit here in Dubai. You get arrested for it and thrown into jail, which is not a good idea, right? I remember once I got pissed in Worcester and I fell over in a car park, as you do. Because you do. And I heard some feet coming next to me. So climbed up the feet, and it was a policeman. All right, evening. And he said, if you can't walk under your own steam, I'm going to arrest you for drunk and disorderly. I said, I can walk. So I started to walk. And for every one step I took forward, I took 2 steps backwards. And ended up falling over him again. And yeah, I didn't get arrested though. Because I told him that basically it was on certain ground. I tripped on a rock, so he let me off, and he pissed off. So I got away with it, which was nice. But yeah, those were the days, eh? Oof. It happens. Yeah, Jay, you do know. I'm pretty sure you know. But, ooh. So how is everybody anyway? Is everybody doing great? I haven't got Discord on because I can't be bothered to wear the headphones, to be honest. And if I put Discord on, then people aren't going to be able to chat, and it'll be a nightmare. But that's the reason why people aren't chatting away, because they just can't, because I haven't got Discord on. So no, it's bloody cold here at the moment, to be fair, Yusuf. I say bloody, it's relative, yeah. I mean, compared to where you guys are, it's bloody hot, but it's relative. So at the moment here, it's 17 degrees, but it will drop to about 12 later. And it's 2 a.m. now, and it will drop to about 12 degrees at about 6 a.m. And then that's pretty cold here, yeah. So it's been colder than that though. It's been colder than that here. So yeah, it's not always swelteringly hot. And in the daytime at the moment, it's a nice 24, 25 degrees roughly. But in the summer, yeah, it's bloody hot. I mean, the heat is okay. It's the humidity that's the killer. I mean, when you've got 45 to 50 degrees of heat with 90% to 100% to 99% humidity, it's the humidity that's worse. Because it mean you step out the house, okay, and it just looks like you've within 5 minutes, it looks like somebody's thrown a bucket of water over you, and it's not sweat, it's just humidity. Absolutely, Joe, you do. I mean, that's why I've got, these jackets behind me, because it gets bloody cold of a night time. And that's here in Dubai, and it's warmer here because we're by the sea. And if I went into the desert, it's even colder, because it gets really chilly in the desert. Really, really chilly in the desert. So yeah, it does get cold here. I mean, the other day it was down to like 8 degrees. And some parts of the UAE had ice, funnily enough. Talking about extensions, Rolling Swarm is due to have an extension to his family for the first time. So it's not truly an extension, is it? Rolling is about to become a daddy for the first time. He's gonna love it. I'm telling you, he's gonna love it. 12 is hot in Ireland. Like I said, I am PB. I am from Worcester. Same places. Do you know Ian Destroyer on the clan Albacea? He's also from Worcester. And a couple of other guys I know. I mean, there was a guy called Debbie Does Dallas. He's also from Worcester. So yeah, a few people I met on the game from my home place. Yeah, come back to England, I'll get hypothermia in a day. I probably would. But you say that, but I used to travel to Russia a lot. And I mean a lot. And I used to love it. I mean, if they had to buy big coats and shit. But yeah. You're a scout leader, Stitch. Bloody hell. So you're in Worcester as well, PB. Awesome. Awesome. I'll tell you what, Stitch. I remember doing a training exercise in Dartmoor when I was in the army. We had to do a river crossing. And the way you do a river crossing in the army, by the way, is you take all your clothes off and you wrap them up in the waterproof so they don't get wet. And you put your helmet on your head and you put it, you put the gun on your back and you have your bag of clothes and you push that in front of you to go through the water. And it was freezing, absolutely freezing. And we had to break the ice. It was only thin ice, but it was still ice. We had to break the ice to get across the water. And if you jump into water that cold, when you get out the other side, things disappear. You know what I mean? They disappear. And you look down and say, fuck me, I've turned into Action Man. If you know what Action Man looks like down there, then it's quite scary. Broadheath, I know Broadheath really well. I used to be in Kroll, so I know Broadheath. Nice place, man. So, but it's strange because when you're in England, we always bitch and moan about the rain and the weather, and when you're here, there's no rain, and you bitch and whinge about the fact there's no rain. It's pathetic. When you think about it, it's stupid. But that's the way it works. Hey Simon, how you doing? So you say that, Yusuf. I mean, sometimes and sometimes no. What's this? I remember to get my totem. One more, the plankton meme. What is a plankton meme? What's the plankton? I need to check that out. Oh, it's over. I can't check it out. It's finished. It's a damn shame. But there you go. God, I've got bloody Zadok the Priest playing. That's just shit, man. What am I playing? I do know the dewdrop. I mean, it's like saying, but do you know the checkers in Kroll? That's the thing. I mean, the checkers was my local back when I lived there. So I used to like the checkers. It was great, man. It was really good. So that was back then. Shit, man, I haven't been back to Worcester for ages. To be, oh, look at that, my hair's gone all weird. The Ardennes nice though. Do I play another game? You know what? I haven't. I used to play a lot of PlayStation games, mainly war, like Call of Duty and stuff like that. Actually, the only game I really play on an iPad is Blitz. Rolling tried to get me to play Eva Echoes, but it just killed me. And the problem with Rolling is he's far too intelligent for his own good, and he likes playing intelligent games. So Eve of Echoes is one of the games that he likes, and he's also doing Mars terraforming, which to me doesn't have the action, and I lose interest really quickly. Whereas Blitz is a game that I really like. I mean, 1, it's military; 2, it's got tanks; and 3, you get to blow shit up, and 4, it's pretty quick. So yeah, so at the end of the day, that's that's the way it works for me. So no, I don't play many other games. I've never played Nintendo. No, I haven't, Yusuf. I mean, I've got the normal games on the computer. Not on the computer. I have nothing on the computer. On the PlayStation. So I've got Tell me about it, Joe. It just kills me, man. And I was like, oh. Battlefront. I played Battlefront. I've got Star Wars Battlefront as well. And I used to like Doom. Doom. I was a big Doom fan. Battlefront I played. I like the Star Wars Battlefront. I do like Star Wars. I had quite a few Star Wars games, like Force Unleashed. I like that. I like that game. Force Unleashed was a great game. And I tell you what, one of the first computer games I had was, because I had a Windows PC back in the day, was Rogue Squadron. Funnily enough, I thought it was a great game. I thought that was fantastic, and it was brilliant because you got to fly in an X-wing, and you got to fly in a snowspeeder and take them down. It was great. I couldn't get into Command and Conquer, to be honest with you. I couldn't get into that. So yeah, I tried to play it, I just couldn't get on with it, and I moved on. It's like there's a couple of games I couldn't get on with, but yeah, Command and Conquer just couldn't get on with. I had one game on the PlayStation, but because they keep releasing new versions of the PlayStation, the games that they previously had aren't compatible. And one of my favourite games was Panzer General. It was fantastic. It was awesome. And Medal of Honor, oh man, Medal of Honor, I love that. Medal of Honor was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Rogue Squadron was great, Yusuf. I loved it. Absolutely. There was one where you were in a snow speeder and you had to take down the AT-ATs in a canyon. It was awesome, man. Awesome. Absolutely loved it. How old am I, PB? I'm 48, mate. Here goes Dave the Rave going on about it again. Pong. I played. My brother played Pong because he's older than me, and I could never get into it. Yeah, Medal of Honor, bless it. I like Medal of Honor, and I like Call of Duty and Battlefield, but they're all on all on PlayStation. I can't play much, unfortunately, on my Mac, because all my computers are Mac. I mean, I tried to play World of Tanks PC, and it just didn't work out. Not on the Mac, because the Mac is good. It's great if you want to do certain things, but you just can't do everything. Hey Stephen, what's this? Do you think if Tier 10 didn't have cool tanks, is it any different from Tier 8 and Tier 8 from Tier 6? What are the benefits of going up the tiers if you don't have an advantage? Well, Tier 10, I mean, let's have a look at it straight in the first. Let's just discount Tiers 1 to 4. Tiers 1 to 4, realistically, they're just training, okay? And then Tier 5 is where you start doing more yeah, I do have COVID. Dubai COVID, though, so it's okay. Tier 5 is where you start coming into the more technical side of the games. And that's when you start doing more side scraping and all that sort of stuff, and you get to, the more it's the more advanced tactics side of the game. And Tier 8 and Tier 6 is leading you to that, and in Tier 10 is just, I mean, I wouldn't say they were cool tanks in Tier 10. I would say they are harder to play, and therefore more challenging. Whereas in Tier 8, the Tier 8 tanks are equally as cool as the Tier 10 tanks. They're just not as difficult to play, and the same as Tier 6. So it's not an advantage going up the tiers. It's more of a challenge going up the tiers. No, you can't play games on a Mac. That is very true. My favourite restaurant in Worcester. Oh my God, that's going back. Because they've all changed. They've all changed. There used to be one called the Glass House. Oh, I don't know if it's still there. So that used to be my favourite. I know I should give them up. But the thing is, these are UAE cigarettes, okay? And it does say Marlboro Gold, but these are like what the actors have, and there's seriously fuck all in them. And I mean nothing. I mean, I'll just read the packet out to you. What they've got? They've got 0.007%. So that's 0.007 milligrams of nicotine, and 0.6%, 6 milligrams, of tar. So there's nothing in them. It's closed down. You see, that's what I mean. Glass House. Most of them are closed down. That's the problem. I've been out of there. What's my favourite colour? Blue, funnily enough. I don't know why. I didn't realise I had a favourite colour until I looked at my wardrobe one day and noticed that I had a lot of blue shirts, and blue t-shirts, and blue stuff. It's like, I guess blue's my favourite colour then. It's like, I'm wearing a blue t-shirt now. I mean, Christ's sake. So. Yeah, exactly. It's nothing. They're nothing. So I know everybody sort of says to me, you should stop smoking, but they are literally nothing. And that's why it looks like I smoke so much, because there's nothing in them. Literally, it's these are actually better than the electronic ones, which I tried, but they're no good. So there's fuck all in them, and. What do I do in Dubai? I'm a lawyer. I'm like Tom Hagen in The Godfather. I'm a lawyer. I have one client. That's it. So not much. It's the honest answer. There you go. It's strange, isn't it? I mean, 2 meters again. How are you doing? It's strange, isn't it? You say. I mean, I never realised I had a favourite colour until I opened my wardrobe. I was like, wow, fucking blue. It's like crazy shit. It's like, what the hell? Do you know what, Dave? Every morning I do. Funnily enough, I do 5 kilometres. I haven't done it for the last week. The last month, sorry, because obviously the wife's come back after having kidney transplant, so I've not been able to get out much. Which is I've got a bit of a belly now, but yeah, I used to do 5k every morning. Funnily enough, I know it's not 5 miles, but it's 5k. But yeah, you get overpaid, mate. Everybody in Dubai gets overpaid, but everything in Dubai is bloody over expensive, so it sort of balances out at the end of the day. You know, it seems like it's a lot. Right, my favourite... This is always a tricky one for me, because I have a lot of favourite film series. I have actually 3. I have 3 or 4 favourite film series. I suppose my favourite film series of all time is the first 3 Star Wars movies. See you later, Meadsy. Thanks for popping in, mate. Have a good one. But the last 3 I wasn't pleased on, and the first 3 I wasn't pleased on. But the middle 3, you know, New Hope, etc., etc. I love them. So I think Star Wars is still my favourite series, followed by what's his? I've forgotten the bloody name now. Hang on a minute, because I'm reading this at the same time. Hang on a minute. John Wick is my second favourite. I love John Wick. I think John Wick's just fantastic, and it's you know, say what you like about Keanu Reeves, but he really suits the John Wick character. I think he's great in that. Followed by, funnily enough, the spaghetti westerns, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. A few dollars more and a fistful of dollars, because I think they're fantastic. And then my last in my series is I don't know, actually, because I've got so many. I love Lord of the Rings, but I don't like The Hobbit. I love the MCU, but there's certain films in there that I don't like Captain Marvel and Wonder. You know, I'm not a big fan of Captain Marvel. But I also like the Bourne series. You know, Jason Bourne's series. That's pretty fantastic. My favourite standalone movie of all time is a film called Cross of Iron. That is my favourite standalone movie, followed by The Thing, which is my second. Law-Abiding Citizen Measy is a great movie, to be fair. It is a great movie. And I do like Law-Abiding Citizen. But no, my favourite of all time is definitely Cross of Iron. I love that film. It's just brilliant. It's a fantastic war film. But yeah, I mean, Law-Abiding Citizen's good. I do like that film. But then again, I like Gerard Butler. I think he's brilliant. I think he's a great actor. And you know, I like that. And I also liked what's the other one where he's being controlled? Gamer. Gamer's a great movie. Brilliant. Snatch is a good film. Only because Snatch is a great film because there's some of the jokes in there are great. It's just great. And I do. You like Dags? What? Dags? You like Dags? The way. It's the best time that it's best acting I've seen Brad Pitt do. So I do like that. And I think it was a great film. Red. I do like Red. Red is a funny movie. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I mean, you're talking about the one with Bruce Willis, where he's playing the ex-CIA guy, but you know, John Malkovich is just brilliant in that. Another movie I really like is American Gangster, because I like. To be fair, I do like Denzel Washington. I think he's great. I forgot the Dark Knight trilogy. I love it. I absolutely love it. Because it's just what I do like. Almost all of Chris Nolan's movies. Yeah, A Bridge Too Far is a fantastic film. That I agree. I mean, A Bridge Too Far is awesome. Yeah, well, Red is a great movie, but I mean, if you talk about standard films, Ruski jest niet. Ja plocka говорить по-русски, извините. Говорит по-английски. Yeah, да. So, American Gangster is great, and Equalizer with Denzel Washington's just is good as well. I do like that film. He plays a good part. It's a bit slow to begin with, but then it speeds up a bit. It does speed up. With American Gangster, I love that movie. But then I like, I like those sort of films as well. Gladiator, again, I like Russell Crowe. I think he's great. One of his most underrated movies is Master and Commander. I mean, that on the Far Side of the World. I mean, that's just fantastic. It's just a fantastic movie. But, since being married to a Russian, I've watched a lot of Soviet movies, and some of those are brilliant, And I was playing in the stream earlier that I did, the coffee chat. One of the songs I played was a song about the bears from a movie called Kidnapping Caucasian Style. And it's a Soviet film, and it's on YouTube, and it's got English subtitles, and it's just hilarious. If you ever get the chance, get to watch it. And there's another Soviet movie called The Diamond Arm. It's just so funny. They're good films. They're good films. Funnily enough, I mean, they're underrated because obviously we don't get to, we don't get to see Russian cinema that much. Anna Karenina. Not seen it. Well, I have seen it actually. I've seen the American one. Night Watch. That's an old movie. That's the one with Sly, yeah? That one with Sly Stallone and Rutger Hauer. I mean, Rutger Hauer was great. Blade Runner. There you go. The Italian Job. I do. It's one of my favourite films. But only the original with Michael Caine as the star. Not the shitty remake with Michael Caine as a bit part. I mean, that was just stupid, to be honest with you. And back then, I mean, Zulu's another good movie. Sweeney. I laugh, but I've just watched the Sweeney and Sweeney 2 recently. Another one of my favourite films is Sexy Beast, purely because in that movie, you don't expect to see the likes of Ben Kingsley playing that type of character, and he's just brilliant. It's just brilliant. I mean, Ben Kingsley is just amazing in that film. It's a great film. If you haven't seen Sexy Beast, Band of Brothers is very good. It is very good, to be fair, and I think they did well with Band of Brothers. I preferred Band of Brothers to The Pacific. I wasn't a big fan of The Pacific. I thought it was slower than Band of Brothers. Band of Brothers had better pacing, to be honest with you, whereas the Pacific didn't really have good pacing, to be fair. But I mean, there's so many good movies that I've not seen Come and See, to be fair, so I don't know that one. I'll have to check that out now. But what did I watch recently? Oh god, yeah, I watched Wonder Woman 1984. Don't. It's not worth it, yeah. It's just not worth it, to be honest with you. Books. I read a lot of history, funnily enough. And at the moment, I'm halfway through. Oh, where it's upstairs. I've just finished. I'm just halfway through. I've just finished the Odyssey, actually. Homer's Iliad again. Don't even get me on why I read Homer's Iliad, the Odyssey recently, but I did. But I'm in the process of reading a history of Chernobyl and the Chernobyl disaster. Prior to that, I reread again and again. Don't ask me. Well, ask me why, because I think it's a great book. It's a fantastic book, and you ever get the chance, read it, and that's awesome. That's HG. Losing the thing. It's 1984 by what's his name. So that's a great book, brilliant. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. But I read a lot. I used to read a lot when I was in the army, and he's still my favourite author. I used to read a lot of Sven Hassel, who's allegedly a Danish author who wrote a lot of books about World War II from the German. He pretended to be like a German soldier. He says it's not fiction, but a lot of people say it is, and there's a lot of controversy around it. But they're very good books. I mean, I used to like Sven Hassel books, but then he got a little bit strange. See you later, Joe. Yeah, well, it's not. Don't always do these, Joe. This is a sort of a one-off. But thanks for popping in, mate. Catch you again later. But yeah, I mean, so but he sort of his initial books were really good, but then he sort of lost the plot and started doing. His last book, The Commissar, wasn't that good. But his first books, like Legion of the Damned and Reign of Terror, were very good. And Wheels of Terror, Reign of Terror, Legion of the Damned, Court Martial, they were very good, very good. But then he started to repeat himself a lot. Happy, how you doing? So Sven Hassel was a bit. I like him. He's a great guy. He's a great author. If you like that sort of thing. But a lot of the books I read are historical. I'm not a big fan of a lot of fiction. To be fair. Where did what come from? Which bit? PB, what's that? Why Fuji? Where did that come from? What, Sven Hassel? Or what? What are you on about? I've lost that. I've lost the plot. I missed something somewhere. The Last Waltz. I'll have to look at that. So... I'm bored. Happy is the honest answer. But yeah, I mean... I don't know if you can see behind me, but there's I have a lot of military shit, so I'm pretty much interested. You can probably just see it behind me, all that military shit. Helmets galore. Some of it's covered up because showing certain things was illegal, to be honest with you. So that's why some of it's covered up. But yeah, my name. My name. Okay. Well, Fugit is from the Latin tempus fugit, which is time flies. And I'm absolutely useless at remembering passwords. Okay, so or usernames. So my usernames, every time I put my own name in, I completely bugger it up. So I always thought, well, Fugit's really unique because nobody really uses Fugit. And then I thought, well, Fugit means flies, as in time flies. So tempus is time, Fugit is flies. Blitz means quickly. So, I thought flies and quickly sort of together. So that's why it became Fugit's Blitz. But I was Fugit long before that. In the 555, of course it is possible, Gabriel. Anything's possible, my friend. And the 555 is part of my barrister's registration number, basically. So the name Fugit is from the Latin time flies because I'm absolutely stupid and I keep forgetting things. So that's why I do it. That's why that username is there. Funnily enough. So. Planet of the Apes time travel. Well, there's some of that. Yeah, didn't work, did it? So that's why I've got the name, basically. There's nothing more, nothing spectacular, unfortunately. Some people have got their names because their usernames or their names because of some some amazing life-changing thing, but not me. Just because I forget shit. Good night, Yusuf. So, you know, you're a good one, mate. Thank you for popping on. I'll be streaming tomorrow, as in the game, playing, but, yeah. There you go. So have a good one, Yusuf. All the best, my friend. As I said, thanks for popping in. Yeah, that's right, Dwarf Time. It is passage of time. Tempus fugit. So that's how, you know, that's how I came about. Nothing more spectacular than that, I'm afraid. Ah. Well, it's perfect. Perfect. You pretty sure know me. If you remember these words, if you remember these words, after t-shirt will be a platoon. Yeah. Have a good one, Bill. Thanks for popping in again, my friend. You have a good one. It's probably I don't know what it is. Is it late or early in Canada? Because you're behind us, aren't you? So it's probably, yeah, I don't know. Probably what, evening time now? It's got to be close, doesn't it, to about 6 o'clock in the evening? No. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening. So have a good one anyway, Bill. Thanks for popping in, mate. It's always nice to have people pop in and say hi. Well, military service. I was army, and I was intelligence. Yeah, I know. It's a oxymoron, but hey, it is what it is. What it is. Well, we study. You do study a lot of military history in the British Army. Funnily enough, Ed. So I'm not a military historian per se, but I've had to study it a lot. And then it's one of my pastimes. So yeah, I do study military history a lot, with more of a flair towards Germany and Russia. Funnily enough, so I used to be interested. I'm still interested in British as well, but I used to be very interested in obviously Nazi Germany and what they were doing, and recently, well, I say recently, I mean, it's been a fair few years now, like quite a lot of years actually. I've been getting into the Soviets as well, so yeah, I do, mate. I do, PB, mate. Thank you for popping in. Have a good one, my friend. It's nice to know that you're watching the channel. Yeah, I'm from Worcester. Supper time for you, damn it, man. Have a good one, my mate. So catch you later. Do they still have Mastermind, Ed? I don't know if they still have it, do they? It's like I was watching. Have you ever watched Harry and Paul? When they do a Mastermind sketch, it's a comedy duo, yeah, from the UK. It's Harry Enfield and Paul Whitehouse. And they do a comedy. They do a sketch on Mastermind, where they completely bugger it up all the time. So no, I'm not an historian, but I do have a very big interest in it. And like I said, I mean, I collect a lot of stuff and from that period. And I mean, is Happy still here? I mean, Happy earlier on Airstream, he's got because Happy's from Kazakhstan, yeah. So he's got an old Soviet hat, and I've got an entire NKVD uniform in there. And an entire Red Army uniform and all that sort of stuff. And I've got, my grandfather probably stole his way through World War II, so I've got 3 or is it 4 complete German uniforms in that wardrobe, just here as well. And I mean complete. I mean, you know, hat, everything. Come on, camera, wake up. Camera. The only problem with having a camera which isn't a webcam, Nicolae Ceausescu. See, that's another thing, because I used to have a girlfriend who was Romanian, so I got really into Romanian history as well. So thank you very much, Nicolae Ceausescu. No, she's doing great actually, Ed. I do like Mark Fountain. I watch a lot of his stuff. He's fantastic. I mean, how he manages to condense so much information into 6 minutes amazes me, because he's amazing. He's absolutely amazing, Mark Fountain. But he's a professional though. He does it. He actually does it for a living. He's worked for the BBC and done documentaries for them and stuff. So, he's really good, really good. But no, sorry, Ed. Yeah, the wife, she's doing great actually. For someone who's just had a kidney transplant, she's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Nothing wrong with Eastern European girls. I'm telling you, nothing wrong with them. They don't get drunk as quick as British girls. they can take their drink a lot better. Don't fall over. Hey, Jaguars, hey boy, how you doing? And by the way, Nicolae Ceausescu, welcome, Gabriel, to YouTube membership. I'm chuffed to bits. It's nice to have a member. I've got a few. I've changed the way that I approach it in my videos, so I'm actually naming them now, which I should have done a long time ago, rather than just say I'd like to say a big thank you to them. I should actually put their names on. And it's an idea. It's something I stole from one of my favourite YouTubers is a guy called Night Shift. He's from Slovakia. I think it's Slovakia or Slovenia. I think he's Slovakia. And he makes models, and he's very good, by the way. He's very good. And he says at the end of his videos, he's not been doing YouTube as long as me, but he's got more subscribers because he's better than me. And I say at the end of my videos, big thank you to YouTube members and camera and stuff. And he puts his names up, so I sort of stole it from that. And then I saw, the likes of Every Good Name is taken, and Juicy Tender Steak also do it. So I thought I'd better be doing that. Yeah, mate. I mean, to be fair, the dialysis dwarf was a drain on her. She was doing it 3 times a week as well, and it was just a drain on her. And once she got the transplant, it's like she's a completely different person, mate. So, I really wish you get one sooner rather than later, because once you have a lot of tablets and your routine, with medicines doesn't change that much. Your everything else changes, and she's so much more active, and everything's great. You've seen him, have you, Matthew? He's brilliant, isn't he? Night Shift. He's absolutely fantastic. I think he's great. I didn't like his last video because it was about getting tools, but I think he's brilliant. I mean, the models that he does is fantastic, and his presentation style is so laid back, So he's one of only a couple of channels that are not Blitz that I'm subscribed to. I'm only subscribed to 2 non-Blitz channels, and that's Night Shift and Life of Boris. And the reason I subscribe to Life of Boris isn't for the reasons that everybody thinks, which is he's just a big YouTuber. I'm married to a Russian, okay, and being English and watching her cook, she uses a lot of bay leaf, okay. And I was on YouTube on my phone one day, and I saw a video, and it says The Bay Leaf by this guy, Life of Boris. And you know what? It's unbelievable. It's so true. Russians are like that. It's like it adds nothing to the meal, but we all use the bay leaf, and it's fantastic. So I really got into Life of Boris because I relate to it because of experiencing it from my wife. And it's hilarious. So those are the only 2 YouTube channels I'm subscribed to that aren't Blitz, funnily enough. And I think Night Shift is fantastic. He's very good. And his Tiger was very good. But then was his Yag Tiger. His Yag Tiger was also very good, to be fair. But I've been a subscriber of his since he first started. So I don't think it has algorithms to make you play more. I think it plays on human nature to make you play more and spend more, to be honest. Because I think it gets to the point where it suckers you into a situation where you feel that you've got to spend. I think it does that. And it does tempt you a lot with new tanks and with the containers. So it does play on human weakness in that respect. But no, I don't think there's an algorithm in there to make you play more. I mean, if it was, then people wouldn't have losing streaks. To be honest with you. And people do have a lot of losing streaks in Blitz. I mean, I was speaking to one guy only recently who had like 20 losses in a row, bless him. And I said to him, well, why did you carry on? I would have given up after loss number 5 in a row, to be fair. And picked a different, either closed the game and come back later, or picked a different tank. And a lot of the pros do that, by the way. I was tuning with Jory once, and we lost 3 in a row, and he said, time to stop playing those tanks, play a different tank. So they do that a lot, the pros. They change tanks. 200 on the AMX. Jeez, that is a lot. I know was it Droodles? I think it was Droodles spent $500 on, I can't remember what it was, something, which I thought was just stupid. And this is the thing. I mean, I review tanks, and before I had a press account, I had to buy the bloody tank. And I think the most I've ever spent is $150 on a tank, or 150 euros, sorry, on a tank, which is bloody expensive as well. It's too much. That's the thing, Ed. They are self-fulfilling. Hello, Robert. How you doing? And they are, because you do try harder, and when you try harder, you play worse, and when you play worse, you die quicker, and when you die quicker, you lose more. And then you start raging at everything and everyone, and then you start thinking the game's against you, on just one more to get your win rate back, and it's just a downward spiral when you're on a losing streak. It really, really is. So it's better to just change tank, or just turn the game off, go and make a coffee or something, and then come back to it, and then you'll generally find that the losing streak comes back. I have BC, but I'll disclose it again. My profession is I'm a lawyer, and my age is 48. Yeah, I'm an old fart lawyer. That's about it. Yeah. Really? I mean, yeah. Well, some games appear rigged. Sometimes in Blitz you can get that impression. So, for example, see, these cigarettes are so bad. The ends fall out all the time because there's nothing in them. Sometimes in Blitz there is the odds stacked against you. Okay, and there are some games that, to be fair, you'll never win. You'll never win. Though I don't know if that's an algorithm in there to stop you going on big winning streaks, but I don't think there is. A lawyer clan, there you go, you see. Skate's a lawyer as well, although he doesn't play anymore, I don't think. I haven't seen Skate for ages. He hasn't done YouTube for a while, for a long time. 10k games, 38%. Oof. There are some trolls out there, though, who do that. There are some trolls out there who do that. I mean, especially on the NA server. There's a clan on the A server that want to be, 10%ers or something. I can't remember what they are. And there are lots of trolls out there, because some of them are bots. Yeah, we still have bots in the game, and I don't mean bots that Wargaming have introduced. I'm on about bots that people do to farm XP. So yeah, that would happen, Ed. No, you couldn't get struck off, mate. It's not possible, is it? You're not on a retainer, are you? But, dearie me. But yeah, There are quite a few lawyers who play this game. Funnily enough, there are quite a few, and it's always interesting. That's probably true, Catch 202. We would probably end up suing everybody who didn't go the same way that we did. And then we would have a big debate halfway through whether that shot counted or not. That would actually happen, yes. I don't disagree with you there. So it'd be interesting. Oh, I'm not listening to Flight of the Bumblebee. Sorry. But yeah, I think there's sometimes that the game is stacked against you. I mean, I've played some games when you look back at the teams, and you know. It's like I had a game the other day where I was the only player in a clan in my team, and on the other team they had players from 3 very, very good clans. So that's half the team basically, yeah. So when I was on a stream, I think, and I said in the stream, we've lost this, and you know when you're going to lose. You know when you're going to lose. Yeah, you can do that, PB. Tanks that you've sold in the past, you can get back if you've got the gold in your garage. They will give you the tanks back. That's very true. It's very true. As long as they're premium or collectors, you can get them back. You can't get back tech trees, obviously, because you can get them. But you can get back any premiums that you bought. It's because they have a list of... Well, they know exactly what's going on with your accounts. It's quite good. Absolutely. Can you imagine that? We charge units. Yeah. You want me to camp? It's going to cost you a unit. That's good. Brilliant. Tier 8's always been the premium tech tree, the premium tier. It's a tier I'm not particularly a fan of. Would I say it's broken? It's always been a broken tier. Most of the premiums have always been in there. I mean, tier 8's always had more premiums than tech tree, to be honest with you. But I mean, my concern is tier 7 going the same way as tier 8? But instead of dumping it full of, decent, sort of realistic premiums, they're dumping onto tier 7 all the fantasy premiums. And I'm worried about tier 7. I'm worried that tier 7 will go the same way as tier 8, but for the fantasy tanks. I mean, you've already got the Smasher, the Annihilator, the Drak, the Howl Thing, etc., etc. And I'd hate to see that. But yeah, I mean, tier 8 is tier 8's always been that way. But tier 7 is becoming broken. Yeah. I have to agree with that. It is becoming broken. Tier 7. It is a concern. Yeah. I mean, there's no... I mean, I had this debate the other week with a load of the CCs, and I don't think there's any truly OP tanks in the game at the moment. Not truly OP. But there are a lot of very powerful, unbalanced tanks, particularly in tier 7. No, Happy, I don't. Personally, I don't think you should be able to buy a tier 10. And I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think you should buy, I don't think there should be collectors or premiums at tier 10. And I don't think you should be able to automatically upgrade, which you can do at the moment. If you look at in the tech tree, I don't think you should be able to upgrade any tank for gold after tier 8. So tier 9 and tier 10, you shouldn't be able to upgrade for gold. You must grind those tanks, and they shouldn't be premiums and collectors. I know why they're there, because obviously they want to get people into the game and get them into the top tiers quicker, but they shouldn't be there, to be fair. Yeah, I'm going to do a lot more of those, BC. Someone's asked. I mean, I've been asked to have a look at a couple. I've got a. I'm thinking. I mean, in the pipeline, I've got things like the Kranwagen, which isn't, the Kranwagen series, which is interesting to me because I don't know much about Swedish tanks historically, and I certainly don't know much about French tanks historically. So that's an interesting one for me. That's a challenging one for me to look at. So, but yeah, I'm thinking about doing a lot more. I'm thinking about going back to doing a lot more of the historical videos, to be honest. So yeah, I'm glad you like the E series, but yeah, I don't know which ones I'm going to do next, but I've got some plans on that, most definitely. Yeah, I mean, I have sort of done a video. It is uploaded, but I've not released it on the current state of tier 10, because I see Blitz basic premise is it's a game, okay, and the basic premise of a game is you start at the bottom and you work your way through until you get to the big boss at the end, and in Blitz the big boss at the end is tier 10. Well, I can buy a tier 10 after 10 battles, so where's my achievement? There's no achievement. I've achieved nothing. And if I've got the cash, then I can basically buy my way through the tech tree almost. I still need the XP, of course, but I can effectively buy my way through the tech tree. And again, where's the achievement? There's no achievement. I see guys going out. I saw a guy the other day, and I think, what was he in? An IS-7 after 75 battles. Yeah, 75 battles. And a 43% win rate in an IS-7. And clearly he couldn't play it. And clearly he couldn't play the tier. And, that can't be fun for him. It's not fun for the people he's playing with. It's fun for his opposition because they get to farm him. But it can't be fun for him. I mean, how can that be fun if for you, as the player, to sit there thinking, I'm just getting smacked around here? No, the game is skill-based, to be honest with you. It's not pay to win. It's pay to progress, which is something different. But it's not pay to win. And it still is skill-based. But it's becoming harder to carry teams. And one of the problems that we now have is, previously the win rate was a true reflection of your skill and ability. And now it's becoming less so. And it's becoming a reflection of not only your skill and ability, but also the luck of your teams. Because win rate only applies in random battles, and therefore it's team dependent to an extent. I don't know. That's something I could ask them, actually, Ed. That is something I could ask them. Never thought of that, to be fair. Obviously, it could be. It is a hard grind, the Ginny Gin. It is a hard grind, but it's a great tank once you get it. He was playing tier 8, someone had 25%, 60 games. Yeah, I'm exactly happy, but when you start getting that in tier 10, it becomes it becomes a head scratching moment. You think, you've got more money than sense, mate. Why would you do it? I still have, I don't know PB, I still have fun playing in the lower tiers, despite being called a seal clubber. I had great fun when I was doing the video for the VK36 01H, because it's still a broken tank, to be fair. But I had great fun doing that video, and I had great fun playing that tank. And I still like going out in the Tiger 1 and the Tiger P, to be honest with you. So, I still roll out in those tanks. So, it's quite nice. I don't like going down past tier 5, to be honest with you. Because nowadays, hey Lockney, how you doing? Because nowadays, it's what's the longest my beard has ever been? Slightly longer than this, to be fair. Because it starts getting like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, and I look a bit stupid. So not much longer than this, then I'm going to get it trimmed. But I might get this one. A bit longer. Is that any tank easy to ace for a mission? Yeah, the Kenyotsu. It's the easiest tank to ace. Most games aren't steamrollers. It is a perception bias. It's that you remember the steamroller games more than you remember the other games. So you remember the steamroller games, and you remember the close games more than you remember the games where, you know, it was pretty even Stevens, to be honest with you. So it seems that there's a lot of steamroller games, 7-0s either way, but no, I mean, hey Frank Boss, but I've played a few games recently where it's not been like that. It's not been like that, especially in tier 10. There's been a couple, and you think, wow, that was easy, and I like those teams all the time. But then, you know, I've had a few more which have not gone that way. To be honest with you. Yeah, the no camo tanks are generally newer players because. Wow, bloody hell, Matthew. That's a lot, to be fair. Yeah, the no camo tanks tend to be new players. And the reason they do that is because now, up to tier 4, you don't need camo. Okay? So if you don't need camo, and you've got your, I don't know, 60% win rate, because playing bots is pretty bloody easy, yeah? And playing in the low tiers isn't that difficult, to be fair. Then, you know, most of these players have got decent-ish win rates. Then there's no need to have camo, is there? What's the point? It's like there's no need to have HE, because you don't get to use that until later on now. And I think Wargaming made a mistake there. I think they should have had camos on the tanks. I mean, they're giving you camos now, but I think they should have done something to make you understand camos in HE a lot earlier. You know, simple as that. And I've got pumpkins on some of my tanks. Good night, BC, and thank you for popping in, my friend. Great to have you. Thanks a lot. It's getting late now for you guys, 3 o'clock in the morning here. Yeah, this is true. You know, you get win streaks, losing streaks, but you get addicted. And it's the same with the game. And this is what a lot of people have to remember. I mean, this game is a mobile game, yeah. And the thing is, I mean, it's been going now since 2014. 2014, okay? And, you know, this is year 7 it's coming into. And that's a long time for a mobile game to exist, to be honest with you. Ooh, that's not good, Levy. Just have a just that's not good at all. That's pretty mean, isn't it? I know, that I've done that as well, Ed. It's bloody annoying that they should tell you that you're going to be offered the legendary camo at 50% after your first battle, but they don't. So I've done the same thing. I bought the legendary camo, rolled out, won a battle, and then got offered exactly the same camo, but for 50% that I just paid, which really pissed me off. The itching is annoying, yeah. The itching is annoying. I mean, once you get past the itchy stage, then it's pretty straightforward. But then you've got to get past the it's hanging over your lips stage. And that does happen. It does happen. Because it gets to a stage where it starts annoying you. Not itching, but annoying you, because it starts sort of growing up to, you know, start tickling your nose. And it starts hovering in the lips here, and it comes down the sides here, and along here, and you got to get past that as well. Do you like your PFP? I have no idea what that is. To be perfectly honest with you. So I couldn't say either way, to be fair. Because I can't see. So, because it's very small on the screen, so I can't see it, to be honest. So, it's a cat. Is it? I can't see from here. It just looks like it looks like a thumb like this. I agree. I do agree, Lopney. It does give you confidence. I think. I think it is a confidence booster. But the thing about beard is, you've got to be settled with it. If you know what I mean, because there are different types and different styles, isn't there? And you got some that trim down here, and the Arab world that trim this way. You got the rolling beard down to here. So you've got to, but it does give you a confidence boost. I'm glad I grew a beard. I've only had one for a year and a bit now. Prior to that, I was always clean shaven, and you feel different with a beard. It's bizarre. It is bizarre. Oh. Well, I can't play PC for the life of me. This is why on my streams I have to do replays when I'm doing the tournament streams, because I can't play PC at all in any shape or form. I'm absolutely useless at it. And Blitz is, in theory, meant to be a touch game. Now, I have no problem with PC players, mouse and keyboard players, to be honest with you. The reason being is because we've got a button that you can turn off and just have the same control mode, which is either touch or PC. So it doesn't really bother me, the PC players. They're not allowed in tournaments, which again doesn't bother me. So I don't mind. I don't mind the keyboard and mouse players. How can I do a video on how to kill a super Pershing? Of course, just get around the back and put an HE up its arse. Easy. But yeah, we can do a video on how to take out a super Pershing. They're actually not that difficult. They're only difficult if you're going to face them head on in certain tanks, and then they can be tricky unless you can get the bottom plate. You're a PC player. Is it an advantage? Yes or no? A lot of people say it is, because you've got the aim thing where you can click on and it will track. It will do like an aiming track, which is an advantage. But the reason they've got that is because touch players get to feel they can. As a touch player, I can track a lot easier with my finger than you can with a mouse. Okay, so that's why they have that. Is it an advantage? Sometimes it can be, yes, but it all depends. I don't have save control mode on. I have it off all the time. Okay, so most of my battles I'm playing against PC players and touch players, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. So I don't generally think they do get an advantage. They think some people think they do because of that, because of the auto aim, but no, I don't think they do. It seems to be, but people always complain about anything, to be honest with you. And as for the biggest screen, yeah, okay, you've got a 34-inch monitor, Lopney, but I've got a 13-inch iPad, and that's perfectly fine for me. So, that's always fine for me. Yeah, you will struggle with a Super Pershing from the front. To be fair, Frank, it's a tricky tank, mate. Front on, it's not the easiest. It's got trolley armor on the turret. You have to get around the side, around the back of it, realistically, or aim for the turret ring, or the cupola. They're really difficult shots. It's a difficult shot. Switch from touch to PC. Well, I used to play on a phone. My dogger still plays on his bloody iPhone. How he does that is beyond me. I can't. My eyes, my eyes are screwed. That's why I wear glasses, because I'm long-sighted. Because you spend most of your career with your head in a book, it screws your eyes up after a while. So yeah, I can't play on a phone anymore. But I started playing on a phone and then my eyes went, which means, you know, I sort of have to look like this. So that's why I use the iPad. But the 13-inch iPad is fine by me. Fine by me. I mean, for streaming, obviously, I run it on the PC because it's just easier and it's quicker. And I can see that having a big monitor would be fantastic. But well, the iPad's fine for me. Getting a clipper with PC along with auto aim, it's so easy. Try it. Well, yeah, I mean, it probably is. Yeah, I mean, but it all depends. I mean, like I said, so a lot of people have said to me, play PC, and I've tried, and I just can't get on with it. Okay, whereas with touch, I feel I have more control. It's a perception thing. And, you know, I just feel I have more control, and I've never really played games on the PC. I've ever played them on a console, like PlayStation, or the like, or on an iPad or iPhone. I've never really played on a PC, and when I did play games on a PC, like, you know, back in the day, Rogue Squadron and stuff, I had a joystick. So I'm no good with the keyboard. I'm not a keyboard warrior. So I can't really deal with it. And I've tried it with World of Tanks PC, and you know, it's too many bloody buttons. Whereas this one, you can just click, 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 boom. Whereas PC, I've got to go W A D S 1 2 3 blah blah blah. Oh man, I have to start a beer chat. NHL. Hockey, hockey's fantastic, Ian, to be fair. Great game. I've never played it, but I like watching it for fun. It's just brilliant to watch. Thank you very much, mate. Have a good evening and enjoy your NHL. And have a cold one yourself. Oh, well, there you go. So, you see, I've never played... I keep saying I've never played Wotb PC, but I have, obviously. I have played Wotb PC, and couldn't get on with it, to be fair, because it takes a lot. I mean that's a serious game, yeah. I mean PC players are serious players, and Blitz is not as serious as Wotb PC, because you know Wotb PC, because it's a PC game, you can do so much more with the graphics and everything. So. What's the Blitz? What's all this? I can't blame the Brits. All they did in World War II was just shoot the German Tigers with tanks. It all depends. I mean, it all depends. I bet bloody hell, honestly. Yeah, if you're colourblind, then it is. It's not going to be easy. And funnily enough, we've raised that with Wargaming to look into it, because it's tricky. It's tricky. Meads has been doing streams on PC recently. Droodles is PC, I believe. I don't know. I think Fatness is touch, because he's a pro player. And hi Todd. So I think you'll find Fatness is touch. PUBG, yeah, well, I've played that a couple of times, but couldn't get into it, to be honest with you. I thought it was just like a cut-down version of Fortnite, and I don't like Fortnite. I hate it with a passion. Again, I mean, I don't know about that, Matthew. If the bounce is easier, I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, we all use PC to record to an extent. So try harding and touch, Jory. Ginny Gin, yeah, Droodles did start his own clan. I was gonna start a clan, but then I dropped the idea because all of a sudden all the other YouTubers were jumping on that bandwagon, so I dropped it. So the chances of me starting a clan anytime soon is very, 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 very slim, to be fair. Because I'm settled. One thing about me, once I get into a clan, I generally stay there until they kick me out, or until it collapses. So it's very difficult for me to jump clans. And I'm already in a clan on NA, and I'm in a clan on EU, and you know, I'm in both of those. And I'm in those clans because, not just because they're pro clans. I mean, I've always wanted to get into the clan wars side, not to play because I'm not good enough, to be honest with you. Donkey, that's just filth. You coming in. So yeah, I wanted to get into the clan wars side, not to play because I'm not good enough, but to have a hand in it, to do. To sort of, you know, help where I could. I know it has nothing to do with Fortnite Lockney. It's my perception. My kid plays Fortnite, and I bloody can't stand the damn thing. And you know, I tried to give PUBG's a big thing over here, and I tried to give PUBG a bash, but I just couldn't get on with it. So we'll see. What happened to Skate? Real life happened to Skate. I think that I mean, Skate was getting to the point where he was saying that, you know, it was becoming a chore to do YouTube, where he was doing YouTube as a hobby. Okay, it wasn't his job. It wasn't any of that. It was just his pastime and his hobby and for fun. And then it started. He said one of the things he said, it started to take over, and it started to be more of a job rather than fun. And when he gets to that point, he sort of lost. I think he lost a little bit of interest. And then real life kicked in. He got married and all that sort of stuff. So it happens. I think that's the only thing that happened to Skate. What happened with 49 Div? Well, 49 Div, I left. Nothing really happened with 49 Div. What happened with 49 Div? I was very happy there, but I was doing the spring season tour, and I was having a chat with Rolling and Zerd, and you know, Rolling's been a great mentor for me, and Zerd said, look, you're really passionate, you're really good, but you haven't got enough experience in at this level of the game, which is a fair point because I hadn't. And because we were doing tours in all the other clans, but not really tier 10, okay? They were doing tier 6, tier 8. So Zenith came along and said, look, you know, if you want, you can come to us. We're not a top clan, but we're trying to get into top 16. We're playing a lot of clan wars. We're doing a lot of stuff. Why don't you come and join us for a bit? So I did that. And I was doing it to get more experience in clan wars. And I didn't have an acrimonious leave with 49 Div. And then it all went tits up about a couple of months after that, with people taking swipes at me for something that I didn't do. But anyway, and that's so yeah, it didn't start acrimonious, but it ended up acrimonious because of certain things. Do I still with Donkey? You know I don't. Well, I probably do actually. What would you know? Have you ever seen Justified? Maybe I'm like that judge in Justified who just wears his gown and a pair of Speedos. So you never know. Yeah, unfortunately, life does happen. It's one of those things. Some people prioritize. I mean, there's some YouTubers do it for a living. I mean, Meadsy does it for his job. When you do it for your job, I mean, it's a different thing. You don't have the luxury of just popping in and doing a video every now and then. You have to do it regularly. And when I say regular, I mean Meadsy does about 2 videos a day, sometimes 3, and you know that becomes difficult. That takes a lot of dedication. Okay. It does take a lot of dedication. So, I mean, one of the hardest things I think to do is be a YouTuber on a game. And you'll see a lot of the most successful YouTubers are not gaming YouTubers. They're YouTubers doing other things. And they may dabble into games every now and then. Whereas me just doing games, man, and that's a long time. It's hard work. It's hard work. Do I think Wargaming prioritises recruiting new players over farming long term? Yeah, I do. The reason being is because new players will bring in more money. Older players don't spend as much as new players. Yeah, that's a fact of life. B-cats, fuck me. I was looking for photos of B-cats recently. I couldn't find any, bugger, which is really cool. You got your promotion. Congrats, mate. My God. You know, if you would have asked me 10 years ago if you would have been a high-flyer like that, I would have said, you're having a laugh, aren't you? I mean, you're just a scrote, let's be fair. I mean, there was nothing serious about you. You were a car you were a car phone fucking salesman, man. You were a scrote. Donkey the scrote. Fucking mobile phone salesman. And he was your typical mobile phone salesman, you know, fucking scammer. Absolute scammer. He really was. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the older players now to get the free tanks from the events, but they do like, I don't know, 20 years ago, Donkey. Fuck me, it's a long time, man. It's a long time. But I'll tell you what, though, Donkey, I bet you, you're still a pikey. And what happened to Johnny Boy? Yeah, Johnny Ginger Johnny. What happened to him? Is he still around? I don't know, PB. I don't think they do, because there's been a long-running joke that if you spend money, then you obviously get treated best, but it's not true. You don't. You don't. Unfortunately. Yeah, you do. You have to be borderline between entertainer and player. It's not easy. I couldn't do this for a living, to be fair. It's I mean, YouTube's dog eat dog at the best of time. You know, because you're competing with a limited audience. You settled down. She's actually nice. Oh my God. Yeah, but does he still play his PlayStation? And, you know, is it going to be like do you remember Sam? Do you remember Sam? That was hilarious. So we're talking about a friend here, because Mr. Donkey, by the way, is my best friend in real life from back home. And we had another friend called John, who was ginger, and he was a strange lad when he was younger. And he had this girlfriend Sam, and she was actually okay, she was pretty fit. And one night she was horny, yeah, and she wanted some, and John said, "No, I'm playing my PlayStation." I mean, what a brat! So she dumped him, and he got all upset. But I said, well, I'm not surprised. I mean, you know, Football Manager versus bonking a decent bird. What's the point here, man? You know, it's not a tricky one. It's not a tricky one, is it? You know, Football Manager bonking a fit bird. So there you go. So, and by the way, PB, be careful of Mr. Donkey, because you know he's one of the boys in blue in Worcester, one of the senior boys in blue in Worcester now. Yeah, I tell you. Yeah, defund the police. Woohoo! I'm joking. Don't joking. Bonk. How old? Yeah, exactly. How old was he? How old was Johnny then? He would have been about, what, 24? You fucking idiot. Yeah, 20. He's about 24, 25 at the time. I mean, what a prat. What an absolute prat. You know, your bird says, I want some, you say, I can't play Football Manager. I mean, seriously, mate, have a laugh. Bots for farming do exist. They do. Wargaming have been trying for a long time to get rid of them, but yeah, they do exist. They do exist. But 44 now. Bloody hell. Yeah, exactly. It creeps up on you, mate. You know, it does creep up on you. But you'll still be that scrope that used to go around tramps and bushwhackers. I mean, I shouldn't say this because Mr. Donkey's now married, happily married with kids. But back in the day, we had the same philosophy, you know, and the philosophy was, if it stood still long enough, smoke it or drink it. But if it moved, try and shag it. What made me move from the UK? Work, just absolute work. That's the only thing that made me move. I was working as a lawyer for a big company in the UK, and they said, "Can you go over to the UAE?" And I said, "Yeah, I will." So I did. That's very true, John. When you get older, you start prioritizing different things. Like, maybe can she get me to hospital in time? It's very true. It's very true. Eh? Somebody once said to me, you know, why were your first 2 years at university so bad? I said, because, you know, if it moved, I tried to shag it. If it stood still long enough, I either tried to smoke it or drink it. I mean, that's how university works. That's how Mr. Donkey and I used to approach our nights in tramps and bushwhackers. To be honest. No, Lockney, definitely not. No. It's not the same. It's the only reason I'm still here is because at the moment it's work-wise it's good, but there is an eye on the future, and the future is returning back, most definitely, to settle down. I wouldn't settle down here. It's not a country I could settle down in. Another rule: go ugly early. Get some nuns. Yeah, there's some of that. That's happened a few times. That's happened a few times. See you later, happy. Catch you soon. So yeah, I've had a few of those. I used to like the Mac lads because they had a song called "You've Never Been to Bed with an Ugly Woman, but You've Woken Up to One or Two." It's simple, isn't it? And I mean, they used to have another song in there that it was "Thank fuck for ugly women, all the boilers, bags and trolls, just so they could get a shag, they invented alcohol." It's not, this is a Russian song, it's Russian dance music. It's just on my playlist on my it's called YouTube playlist. Julie the Schoolie was great. It was great. You ask why he's called Mr. Donkey. Well, you know, let's just say when he takes his trousers off, he's a tripod. Let's just leave it there, shall we? Yeah, Julie the Schoolie was great. Yeah, I'm gonna fast forward that. And yeah, tramps in Worcester, Martin, absolutely. I would. To be fair, RW, I'd like to go back and play all the original maps because I used to think they were great. I mean, the original Desert Sands was fantastic. So was Oasis Palms. I mean, Oasis Palms was awesome, and I really like them. I really like those old maps, and it's a shame that they don't bring them back. They should bring them back for, you know, they should bring them back for, you know, like fun game mode. That'd be excellent. I know, Mr. Donkey, how old are we? Old, mate. That's the problem. Old. Oh, Martin's and Kitty. Oh, look at that. Oh, you're now talking Sweaty Betty. Oh, the pavilion. Yeah, is the was the pavilion the one that changed? Was that previously Images? What did Images change to? What did Images change to? And what was the MILF nightclub on the side of tramps. What was that called? I can't remember what that was called now. New event, playing the old maps. I think they should. It'd be great, man, playing the old maps. Yeah, I mean, which I can't remember their names now. Images changed to what? Was that wasn't Bamboo, was it? That was, what one was that? I can't remember what it was called now. I can't remember what it's called. It's completely gone out of my head. What that used to be called, Studio 30. And when it became the lap dancing club, what did they call it then? Because it used to be called Images. Then it was Images on Glass. Studio 30 was the one down the side. Yeah. Oh fuck, man, I can't. Yeah, I remember that. But what was that the Pavilion? I can't remember them all now. That's right. Pavilion changed to Tramps after the Bank Street was demolished. That's right. And then Tramps moved to the church, where then the barn. Fuck me, the barn. I remember the barn. It was the barn first before it changed to Images. That's right. And then what was it called when there was the lap dancing club, which Johnny Wilde used to frequent every Friday. Bless him. I remember this. We took our friend. We took our friend on his birthday. I think it was his 25th, wasn't it? Donkey. I can't remember now. We took him to Birmingham to Spearmint Rhino. And boy, he fell in love. It was the first time he'd ever been to a lap dancing club, and Donkey. I think it was Donkey and I paid for him to have his very first lap dance. And he was he fell in love with her. And he was like, she loves me, man. She loves me. I've got a chance here because, she was touching me. Well, I said, John, did she take her clothes off? You fucking idiot, tell you. Picasso's, my Picasso's Druids. Oh man, there's too many. I keep forgetting them all. I can't keep up with them. Yeah, I'll never forget that. Spearmint Rider in Birmingham with Johnny. He was so convinced that she was in love with him. Like, mate, it's her job to take her clothes off. Good night, Robert. Yes, I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be playing, actually, rather than doing this. I'll be playing tomorrow, yeah. And we'll have some fun, man. As per always. So catch you later, mate. Fuck me, it's 3:42 in the morning. I'm still not tired. How bad is that, man? It's just not good, eh? But I'll probably knock this stream on the head in a minute. How long have I been streaming for, actually? I don't know. Oh, 2 hours. Really? Bloody hell. Didn't realise. I didn't realise it's been 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, that was some good fun, man. You remember this shit when you do remember this shit. You look back on it nostalgically and think, wow, what a day. What a night that was. Oh, man. God, and then you get old. What was my favourite? What's my favourite adult beverage? Actually, my favourite is Southern Comfort and lemonade. I do like Southern Comfort. Sunday is a work day. It is, Edge. And I am working today. Yes. In fact, I've got a conference call in about 3 hours. No, 4 hours. 4.5 hours, yeah. In 4.5 hours, I've got a conference call. This is very true, Dwarf. Only a lawyer could waffle on for 2 hours. Oh, absolutely, Martin. Yeah. One of my friends from the army was a kiddie lad, to be fair. And I used to have some fun with him. We used to go out in Kidderminster and have some fun. He was a crazy bastard though. He was absolutely mad. I remember once we were in a nightclub in Germany called what was it called? It's now called Discodeck. It was called Discodeck 2000, but I can't remember what it's called now. But it's a small nightclub in a town, in a small little village in Germany, or they call it a town, called Bergen, which is about 2-3 kilometers away from the main army base, which has about 20,000 bloody squaddies from both the UK, the Netherlands and Germany. And to service a nightclub, this nightclub was tiny, absolutely tiny. You know, you could probably get 200 people in there and they'd all be squashed. And I remember I went out with this guy from Kidderminster to this nightclub one night, and we were stood at the bar, and the place was packed. And all of a sudden the place emptied, absolutely emptied. And his name was Bill, this guy, he was an absolute lunatic. And he said, "Where's everybody gone?" And a guy said, "Oh, there's a fight outside between the Scots Guards and the Royal Artillery, the 40 Regiment Royal Artillery Lowland Gunners." So he went, "Right, I'm off." He legged it. He just, I'm trying to find him. And he's jumped into the fight outside, just punching people randomly. And this guy comes up to him and he was punching this one guy. This guy comes up and said, "Oh, wow, well done, mate. I didn't know you were a Scots Guard." He said, "I'm not." And then he stopped punching him and he turned around and started punching the other guy. I'm like, "What, Bill, what are you doing?" He said, "I was nothing like a good fight to let off steam." Crazy man. He was a crazy man. And he had another story from Bill. This is how crazy Bill was. So we were coming home on leave and we got into Birmingham New Street. So we caught a plane and we had to get a train. We got to Birmingham New Street. We had to change at Birmingham New Street to get on the train. He was going to Kiddie and I was going to Worcester. And he said, "I've got no money. So I need to get some money from the cash machine." And back in those days, you used to get out of New Street, go up the escalator into what was then the Bullring, and just at the top of the escalator there was a Halifax Bank ATM cash machine, and it was about it must have been about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And so Bill goes up this escalator, he goes to the cash machine, puts his card in, takes out £100. He's got 100 quid in his hand, you know. And as he turns round, a guy with his mates pulls out a knife and says, "Give me all your money." And Bill stood there with his money like this, and he says, "I ain't got any money, mate." And the guy went, No, I've got a knife. Give me your money." Bill's like, "I haven't got any money, mate." You could see the look of confusion on this guy's face, this robber's face. He's like, "Hang on a minute, you've got like 100 quid in your hand. You can't tell me I've got no money." And Bill's like, "I ain't got any money. Either you're going to try and hit me with the knife, or not. Either way, I'm gonna knock your front teeth out." And the thing about Bill was, he was at one stage, you know, one of those crazy guys who went to Hereford, and the guy is just a nutter. I've never seen anything like it. You know, this guy standing up to three muggers. They were big lads with knives. He just went, "Oh, you pussies," and he just walked off and said, "Come on, let's get the train." The guy just stood there with the knife going, "Oh, what the fuck just happened?" He just mad. And he's from Kiddie, so it was good fun. All right. Oh, anyway, I suppose with that, I better call it a night. To be fair, I have got a conference call in 4 hours. But it was been good fun. I've never done a stream like this before, but it was enjoyable. I enjoyed it anyway. It was very nice. And it was good company. And no, thank you for keeping me company there, guys. Even though I've basically been waffling on for a long time, it's nice to have some people keep you company. It really is. So thank you for that, for making my evening. Yeah, tell me about it, Martin. Don't mess with them. I mean, Bill was a great lad. He probably still is. I don't know. I haven't seen him for years. Make sure I charge for the prep time. Oh, don't worry about that. I do. And with that, guys, I'm going to go. No doubt it's getting late for where you are. Like I said, it's been great. Thank you for keeping me company. It's been fantastic. So, really, enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or whatever it is, wherever you are in the world. And we'll get together again and do this. I mean, I didn't expect many people to jump on, actually, as I'm just sat here waffling away, but I was impressed. I had more people jump on than I expected, which was nice. And as I said, thank you for alleviating my boredom and keeping me company. It was good fun to have a chat. So thanks, guys. Right, catch you all tomorrow. It's been a great one. Have a good one, guys. Have a good evening wherever you are. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you all soon. Until then, cheerio, guys.